Greetings, everyone. Welcome to your 60-minute Vinyasa. My name is Spencer. This is Amelia. We'll begin in a seated position today, easy seated posture, or if you'd like to sit in kind of a hero's posture, sitting on your heels, feel free to do so as well. And we're just going to come to our mindful meditative breath. Beginning to let all of the anxiety, stress of the day and the times release. For the next 60 minutes, stay in your room, stay in your own personal yoga head. Try not to allow any external circumstances or internal dialogue control your practice. Use your breath in your practice to move smoothly. Your breath at this time should be quiet and soft. And the texture of your breath should be nice and smooth as you're just settling in. Beginning to feel the calmness, the equanimity. Heart is opening on your inhale. Diaphragm dropping down on your inhale, lungs expanding. Mindful meditative breath. This breath is always at your disposal during your practice and in your life. Remember what it feels now to have that mindful meditative breath and come back to it during your practice, but also come back to it when you're outside of your practice. Take 3 more mindful meditative breaths. And now we'll begin to deepen our breath as we move into Ujjayi breath. Now, the sound of your breath is audible, either outwardly or only internally. And the texture of your breath is coarse and rough as you feel the air over the trachea, as it enters the trachea, over the back of the throat, the vibration, and you're exhaling still through your nose, pursing your lips ever so slightly, and coming through your nose with a snoring sound, a Darth Vader sound, an oceanic sound. And you'll utilize this breath during your practice today when you need a little extra fire in your belly. Take 3 final Ujjayi breaths here. Belly filling, heart opening. And then we'll deepen our breath one final time as we move into our deep cleansing breath. This time, inhale. But now pause at the top of that breath for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Mouth opens wide. Exhale. Inhale through the nose, deepening the breath, extending the inhale. Pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Being conscious and mindful of extending that exhale and remembering you have this breath to come back to during your practice. when you need that little bit of extra oxygen. Inhale. This time at the top of the breath, sip, pause, exhale. You'll take 3 final cleansing breaths, making each breath longer, deeper, healthier than the breath before. The quality of your breath is the quality of your practice. And the quality of your practice is the quality of your life. 2 final breaths. Final cleansing breath. Pause. Sip. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Let's make our way into a tabletop position. So in tabletop, and by the way, if you happen to have a block or a strap or a blanket or a pillow around, you're always welcome to use props. Props are not something to be embarrassed by. They're actually helping you improve your practice and develop your practice. So if you have anything, we have another, we talked about this before. So we'll go into tabletop position here. Knees are directly under the hips, shoulders directly under the elbows, elbows directly under the wrists directly under the elbows. We'll move into a couple cat-cows here. So on our cow, we'll inhale, drop our belly, lift our chin up tall, and then on our exhale, chin comes to chest, press into the palms, dome the spine. You see she gets a nice dome here, touching the ceiling. Inhale for cow. Now our belly is dropping to touch the mat. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. And now from here, let's move into a forearm plank. So we're going to go through a forearm plank flow here. So in forearm plank, I'm going to lie this way so you can see how my arms are. Actually, we're just in not a forearm plank, forearm tabletop. So my arms are parallel to one another. Try to keep your elbows from going out or coming in too far. Elbows are bent at 90 degrees and elbows are directly below the shoulders. That is how your arms are going to stay throughout the course of this first flow. We'll take a couple cow-cats from the forearm position. So on the inhale, drop the hips down, belly drops, gaze is up. Exhale, lift the spine, pressing into the forearms. Inhale. Exhale. Now step the right foot back, step the left foot back, roll the toes under. We're in a forearm plank. Notice her hips are slightly elevated. Drop your hips all the way down. This is what we see happen a lot, kind of a sagging belly. You want to try to lift up so the hips are up tall. Her arms are still in parallel position. On your exhale, the hips drop. The gaze looks up and we find ourselves in Sphinx pose. Flatten the feet, bring the legs together. Sphinx pose, back bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, chin drops to the mat, arms come out wide into a T. Inhale, lifts your hips up, lift your legs up, lift your chest up as we make our way into full locust. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifts. Exhale brings you back to Sphinx pose. Inhale lifts you back to forearm plank. Hold here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale begins to walk the feet in towards the elbows. Hips come up tall. Now you can come down to your knees. Come down to your knees first. You can come down to your knees and lift the hips up. Or if you want to go into full dolphin pose, Walking the legs in as close to the elbows as possible. Arms are still parallel.
Does your head
Hips
stay
up
off?
tall. Your head can come down. You can lift up a little bit. We're not going into a headstand here.
Right.
So the head stays off of the mat.
Okay.
But this is a way to set up for a headstand eventually. Dolphin pose, one of my least favorite poses.
Me too.
Exhale, back to plank, forearm plank. Inhale. Exhale, hips lower. Gaze is up into Sphinx. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, chin comes down, arms come out. Exhale. Inhale, we move back into locust pose, second time. Legs lift up, chest lifts up, gaze is up. Inhale. Exhale, back to Sphinx. Inhale, back to forearm plank. Exhale, begins to walk the toes into the elbows for our second round of dolphin. If anybody has a headstand and would like to play with a headstand here, you can go and do so. Otherwise, you can make your way out of this posture when you see fit.
Maybe not.
There's not as much room here, so as normally. Normally, she can get right back in. And then take a child's pose. Knees come out wide, arms out long. So that's a really tough opening sequence.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Again, you modify as you see fit. I will give modifications during the practice, but you modify as you see fit based on your level of experience and how you're feeling at this particular moment. On our next inhale, we'll kick back into down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Now you can pedal your feet, swivel your hips, just kind of settling into your body here. You can bend your knees as much as you would like, thinking about bringing the heels towards the floor. Palms secure against the mat, back trying to become flat. If your back is not flat, so if you're way over here, for example, bend your knees and then bring your chest towards your thighs, and then you can straighten your legs as much as your body can. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees ever so slightly, peek to the top of the mat, and either hop or walk to the top of the mat and find your way in your first forward fold. Uttanasana, forward fold. You can grab your elbows one another here. If you're comfortable here, you can go for your heels, you can go for your big toes with a yoga toe lock, or you can just stay in ragdoll. Hips come up tall. Contracting the quadriceps, maybe to start to loosen the hamstrings. Forward folds are usually limited by the elasticity of the hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms lift up tall. Hands come to heart center, to Tadasana. We'll set up for a sun salutation. So we'll do sun salutations with lunges. Let me straighten your mat here. There you go. Follow my cues. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, step the right foot back, you're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Nice straight line, as I always say. Exhale, left foot back, down dog. Now we'll take our first vinyasa. You can come to your knees if that works better for you. Inhale, forward in the high push-up. Exhale, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in tight. Inhale, flattens the feet, press down into the palms, press down into the feet, lift the thighs for upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts tall. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. If your ankle is not under your knee, grab your ankle and pull it up there. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, the arms will sweep up tall. We'll bring the palms together and set up for back bend number 1. So, touch the ceiling with your fingertips. Press down into your feet to lift up, distracting the spine. Press the hips forward, and on your exhale, begin to make your way back. Be compassionate. First back bend. Tighten the glute muscles, tighten the low back muscles. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. You're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Again, nice straight line here. For right foot steps back, down dog. Again, you can come to your knees for your vinyasa here. Inhale forward in a high push-up. Now be conscious this time, whether you're on your knees or up, of bringing those elbows in. Feel the elbows graze against the rib. You can go down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Again, elbows in tight on that chaturanga. If your elbows come out too wide, then you're not using your triceps, you're using your pec muscles. So if that's the case, if you see your elbows come out wide, bring your arms out a little wider, and you'll be working on those triceps. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arm sweep up, tall mountain. Palms come together. Let's set up for back bend number 2. Now this time I want you to concentrate on bringing the heels of the hand together and the palms together. Press down to lift up. Touch the ceiling. Press your hips forward. Drop your head back and make your way into back bend number 2. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come back to heart center. Tadasana mountain pose. Cleansing breath. So when I say press down to lift up, what we're doing is we're just extending that skeleton. All of the joints in the skeleton, particularly the spinal joints. The spine has 24 segments, and they're all connected through a disc as well as through the what are known as the facet joints. Those are the joints that actually connect the vertebrae. When you lift, you're actually opening them up a little. So when you take your back bend or any other twist after you lift, you're getting that much more room from your spine. Hopefully that makes sense. Sun Salutation B, we will add Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, we fold and we sweep our fingertips onto the floor and make our way up into chair pose. Your arms can be out long should you choose, or they can be up tall. Now, the majority of your weight is on the back half of your foot, so maybe lift the toes, hips come back. You may feel as though you're falling backwards. Exhale, forward, fold. Right foot steps back, you're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot back, down dog. Some of you might want to take a 3-legged vinyasa here. If you want to do so, right leg lifts, you do not have to. Inhale, forward in the high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, drops the feet, lifts up in the upward facing dog. Exhale, rolls over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts tall. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeps the arms up tall. We're going to make our way into our third and final back bend in this sequence. Now you can go for it. Press down, lift up, opens the spine. Press the hips forward, drop the head back. Touch the wall behind you for 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold, left foot steps back, we're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot back, down dog. 3-legged vinyasa yogis, left leg lifts. Inhale, forward in the high push-up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, drops that left foot if it's up. Upward facing. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, as we fold, we sweep the floor and we make our way back into Utkatasana chair pose. Come back onto the heels. Sit your butt down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings the hands to the heart. Step the right foot back. Drop the right knee onto the mat and flatten the right foot. Inhale. Exhale, right elbow comes over the left knee as we take our twist. So the right shoulder is coming under. The left shoulder and left rib cage are coming behind you. You're engaging your abdominal oblique muscles here. If you have it in your practice, you can roll the right toe under and lift the right knee. You don't have to. Hold here for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale brings the hands back to heart center. Let's drop that right arm onto the mat. Right palm to the inside of the left foot. And on our inhale, we'll sweep that left arm up tall and take a twisting lunge here. So again, left shoulder is coming back. Right hip rolling under. You're pressing down into that right palm. Gaze is into the left thumb for 3, for 2, for 1. Bring your hands back to heart center as you make your way up. Step the right foot up to the top of the mat to meet the left. Hands sweep up tall. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. We sweep our fingertips up again. We make our way into Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Left foot steps back. Inhale. Exhale, left knee drops. Inhale, elbows lift. Exhale, left elbow comes over the right knee. So now you're pressing that left elbow into the right knee. You're pressing that knee across your body. Right elbow pointing towards the ceiling. Maybe the gaze is towards the ceiling. Also, you're bringing your palms together. One day, your palms come to your heart center. That may never happen, but that's where you're going. That happens with more twisting. Inhale. If you would like to lift your left knee, roll that left toe under, bring that left knee up. For 3, for 2, for 1. Hands come back to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, left palm goes to the floor inside of the right foot as we inhale our right arm up tall and take our twisting lunge. Opening the heart. This is a heart opener. This is a shoulder opener. But it's also a hip opener on the left side right now. So lots of different things going on here. Touch my hand. Reach the ceiling for 3, for 2, for 1. Hands come back to heart center. We'll step the left foot up to meet the right. Arms sweep up tall, tall mountain. Hands back to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. 5 cleansing breaths. I'm not sure why I need the cleansing breaths, but I'm taking them anyway.
It's good for everybody.
It's good for everybody. A cleansing breath, a couple cleansing breaths every day. You couldn't be in better shape. Now the next sequence we're going to go into, if at any time you need to come to a knee, feel free to do so. You can always modify, obviously I can't see everybody, but you can always modify any of these postures. You'll still get this, you're still doing yoga. If you're breathing, if you're focusing, and if you're showing up, then you are doing yoga. Pranayama, asana, and shavasana, the three real pillars of our yoga practice. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back, you're in a runner's lunge. Step the left foot back, high plank. Push back to down dog. We're going to inhale that right leg up tall, bend the knee, and begin to stack your hips. So the left hip is rolling under, the right hip is rolling back. You're still in downward facing dog, upper arms. That knee is bent, maybe peeking under the left armpit to see if you can see the heel. Hold here, or begin to flip your dog. So in flip dog, her left leg is straight, her right knee is bent. That right arm is extended out long. Inhale. Exhale. Press up with the hips, chest facing the ceiling. Exhale, right hand comes back down. We make our way into three-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring that right leg through the opening. We're going to come into fallen triangle. So in fallen triangle, now both of her legs are straight. Her left arm is up tall, pressing down into the right palm. One day the chest opens enough so that the chest is actually facing the ceiling for 3, for 2, for 1, left palm comes down, right leg lifts up tall. We find our way in three-legged down dog. We're going to move into pigeon pose. Right knee bends. We're going to take the right knee behind the right wrist and the right ankle behind the left wrist. Tense your fingertips into the floor. So you think about, you have a baseball or a softball and your hands are over those. You might even see whitening of the knuckles. That's good. Press down. Inhale. Now, you can stay here for a moment, or if you would like to take this into a quadriceps stretch, you can bend that left leg, place the right hand down on the mat, and then reach around with that left hand, grab the foot. Now, if you have a strap, you might want to go for that strap. Ultimately, one day, that heel comes towards the glute. You should feel a nice good stretch in that left hamstring, in that left quadriceps and psoas muscle. And now on your exhale, slowly release that. Tense your fingertips one final time. And then on your exhale, begin to make your way down into half pigeon on the right. Arms can come out long, extended. Good time if you have a block. Sometimes that right hip might be lifted up tall, so you can put a block under there. Or a pillow or a blanket just filling that space. She really doesn't need that, so I'm going to let her go back down. But that's why you have your props. Hips are even. Arms can be out long or can be kind of in butterfly. And settle in here. Come back to the breath. So you're calming the nervous system at this point. You're engaging your parasympathetic nervous system. During the sequence that we just went through, that's a fight or flight. Heart rate pumping, blood pressure going up, circulatory system flowing. That's a sympathetic nervous system reaction. Now we have her more into a parasympathetic nervous system reaction. Calmness, breath coming down. We'll take 3 final breaths. Begin to walk your hands back towards your body. Press yourself up one last time. Release the right foot back to meet the left at the top of the mat, at the back of the mat. Find your way in down dog and take an optional vinyasa, or you can take child's pose.
Or you can take both.
Or you can take both. Give her a couple of breaths here. And then let's push our way back into down dog. This time the left leg lifts up tall. We're going to bend the knee and stack the hips. So from this vantage point, you will see her heel approximating her glute. That right hip is rolling under, the left hip is rolling back. Her hips are almost perfectly stacked here. Maybe gazing under the right arm to see if she can see the left heel. Now you can stay here, or you can flip your dog. You see the left knee is bent, right leg solid and strong, long. Left arm extended, chest is turning towards the ceiling, hips are up tall for 3, breathe, find comfort for 2, for 1, left palm comes down, left leg goes up, three-legged down dog. Inhale. Exhale, we'll bring that left leg through and find our way in fallen triangle. Now both legs are long and straight. Again, right arm up tall, lifting the hips for 3, for 2, for 1. Right arm comes down, left leg lifts up tall, 3-legged down dog. We'll move into half pigeon on the left. Inhale. Exhale, left knee bends. We'll bring the left knee behind the left wrist and the left ankle behind the right wrist. Tent the fingertips into the floor. Press up tall. Inhale. Exhale. If you would like to go for your quadricep stretch here, right knee bends. Press down into the mat with your left palm and then reach around. Again, let's use a strap this time. So this is kind of how you use a strap for this. This is not a real yoga strap that you would find in a yoga studio. This is an old canvas belt. We have other belts, or we have a tie you can use for this. And then pull that heel in towards the glute. It may touch the glute. It may never get close to it. That has to do with your quadriceps elasticity. And then slowly release. Try not to let it slingshot down. Tent the fingertips one last time. And then on your exhale, fold forward. Half pigeon on the left. So your left shin, one day, is parallel to the top of the mat. If half pigeon is difficult for you, the modification would be deer pose. So in deer pose, the front of the leg is exactly as it is in half pigeon, but instead of the leg being out long, I'm going to bend that right leg and sit down on my left hip. And then as I inhale and exhale, I'll come down over my shin. So this is deer pose. It's the same thing as pigeon pose, but not quite as stressful. We'll take 5 final breaths here. Final breath. Begin to walk your fingertips back towards your body. Tent the fingers one final time, gaze up, and then step the left foot back to meet the right. Find yourself in high push-up, back to down dog. You can take a vinyasa here or not. Make your way back to down dog. Bend the knees ever so slightly. Gaze to the top of the mat. You can walk or hop to the top of the mat. Arms sweep up tall. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. Final breath here. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Turn that right foot 45 degrees. We're going to make our way into warrior one. Lift up tall. Roll the right hip forward. Move your right foot out a little bit. So if your hips don't face forward and nice and even, move your right foot out a little bit. That'll give you a little bit more turning room. Inhale. Exhale opens to warrior two. Now you see both hips are facing this way towards the camera. Before, both hips were facing towards, in our room here, the bookcase. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Inhale. Exhale, hands come behind the back. We'll make a fist. We're going to move in the humble warrior. So I'm making a fist here. My thumb knuckles are down at the base of my spine at the coccyx. Inhale, grow, shoulder blades come together. Exhale, begin to fold. Chest comes to the inside of the left thigh. Crown of the head towards the floor for humble warrior. This is a bowing. This is a bowing posture, a posture of reverence, a posture of respect. If you're comfortable here, note that anybody's comfortable there, but you can lift your arms off of your back. Inhale. Exhale, hands come back down. Inhale brings you back to warrior two. Now, take a look at your toe, your big toe on your left foot. Can you see that toe, or is your knee in the way? If your knee is in the way, try to roll that left knee out. That's a hip opener. Now you can see that big toe on the left. Inhale. Exhale, right palm comes to the outside of the thigh. Inhale, arm sweeps up tall. High five the wall behind you. Now you can gaze into your palm, or if you have a little bit more flexibility, you can take a look at your foot or your Achilles tendon. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, let's frame the foot out with both hands. Step the left foot back to meet the right and take your vinyasa, or you can sit it out. You take a three-legged vinyasa, as Amelia here is, a traditional vinyasa, or you can just stay in down dog. Cleansing breath. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. Inhale, turns that left foot 45 degrees. And on your inhale, lifts you up into warrior one. So warrior one is opening up that left hip. One day, the thigh on the right side is parallel to the mat. You're pressing into the outer edge of that foot to the best of your ability. Inhale. Exhale opens the warrior two. Now you can see her arms are out long, strong, solid, but not tense. So just kind of let your arms sweep up and down a little bit and then sink them in. Your gaze is over your right palm. Important to note here, her shoulders are directly over her hips. Lean forward. I see this a lot, okay? Or I see this a lot. Try to get the hips directly under the shoulders. That's for stability. Inhale. Exhale, hands come behind the back into a fist. Thumb knuckles coming to the base of the spine. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Shoulder blades come together. And then on your exhale, chest comes to the inside of that right thigh. Crown of the head coming towards the foot. Pressing away into that left outer edge. If you're comfortable here, again, nobody's ever comfortable here, but if you are, you can lift the arms up tall, pressing the shoulder blades and take a shoulder rinse here. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe through it. Inhale brings you back to warrior two. Exhale, sink. Inhale, left palm comes to the thigh. Right palm inverts. High five the wall behind you. Knee stays bent. Look at the opening here in the, what side body? In the right side body. The intercostal muscles, all the muscles between the ribs, opening, lengthening, stretching for three, for two, for one, back to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, frame the foot out with both hands. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Optional vinyasa. Down dog. Bend the knees, gaze to the top of the mat, and either step or jump to the top of the mat. Arms sweep up tall mountain. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana mountain pose. Let's both face the camera. We'll move into our balancing sequence. So we're going to use our left foot as our balance foot to begin. Take the heel of the foot into the mat, then drop the ball of the foot, lift the toes, and then grip your mat with your toes. Hands can come to heart center. We will bring that right knee up and hold here. Find your drishti point, whatever that might be, pressing down into the foot, grounding that left foot into the earth, straightening the leg by contracting the quadriceps, and find your focus point, your drishti point. If you are comfortable here, you can either bring that knee out to the side without rotating the hip back, so both hips stay forward. Or if you'd like to yoga toe lock the big toe, you can take this in out long. Couple of different options here. You can open up. From here, if you'd like to grab the outside of that right foot with the left hand, and maybe extend that right arm back, taking this into a twist. So play with your balance here. There's lots of different places to go. You can stay here. You can make this a little bit more challenging. Or if you're comfortable in this spot, stay right here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Knee comes back to center. Hands come to heart center. We're going to move into Shiva pose. So I'm going to turn around and, actually you turn around and do it. I'll face here. So in Shiva pose, we're going to start with our knee up. We're going to take that right knee and take it right into that depression behind the left knee, and then bend the right knee, bringing the heel towards the glute. And then sit. Shiva pose. Bend the knee, bring the heel towards the hip, back is flat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, knee comes back to center. Stay where you are. We'll move into warrior three. Inhale. Exhale. Using the hips as the fulcrum, upper body down, lower body up. Upper body down, lower body up. Gaze is forward. Left leg solid and strong. Hands can be at heart center. Hands can be in airplane. Hands can be in full sword mudra. Inhale. Exhale, knee comes back into the chest. Now you can turn around. Knee comes back into the chest. We'll step that right leg forward 3 feet. Both feet are on railroad tracks. Hands come behind the back. You can grab your elbows. You can grab your forearms, your wrists. If you have reverse prayer, go for it. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, leading with your chin and keeping your back flat, make your way into pyramid pose. So both legs are solid, strong, and straight here. She should feel a real pull in that right hamstring.
She does.
She does. Shoulder blades pressing together for shoulder rinse here. Inhale. If you're comfortable here and you can take it another inch or so, as long as your back stays flat, for 3, for 2, for 1, begin to make your way up tall. In our case, the right foot will step back to meet the left. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana mountain pose, cleansing breath. Right foot is the balance foot. Right heel into the mat. Right ball of the foot onto the mat. Lift the toes, engaging that plantar fascia. Drop the toes down, gripping the mat. Hands come to heart center. Left knee comes up. Our knee is at 90 degrees. Thigh parallel to the floor. Right leg solid and strong. Hold here. Contract the quadriceps. That's the key here. And then if you're comfortable, you can take that knee out to the side. Now notice both of my hips are still facing forward even though my leg is coming back. That means that it's the hip that's opening. Now if you're comfortable here, you can go for the big toe, just like we did on the opposite side. You can extend that leg out long. Or you can play. Grab the outside of that left foot with the right hand. Maybe extend that left arm back. Whoa. Maybe gazing to the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Left knee comes back into the chest. We'll move back into Shiva pose. Left knee goes into that depression behind the right knee. Back is straight. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. Bend that left leg. Heel comes towards the glute. And find your way down into Shiva pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, we'll move into, bring that left knee back into the chest, and we'll move into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Again, hips are the fulcrum, upper body down, lower body up. Left hip rolls down here, that's the hard part. Right leg solid and strong. Hands can be at heart center. Airplane, full sword mudra for 3, 2, 1. Begin to bring that left knee back into the chest. We'll step that left foot forward to move into pyramid. Both feet are on railroad tracks. Arms behind the back. If you grabbed your elbows or wrists or forearms before, try to grab them in the opposite direction this time for weird pose. Inhale, grows tall, shoulder blades come together. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg solid and strong. You should feel a stretch, a pull, a lengthening in that left hamstring. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen if you have another inch there, keeping the back flat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to make our way to our seats, so you can get there any way you want. Legs out long. Actually, face the camera.
You got it.
So, just make your way to your seats. Palms can come down to the side. Legs out long. Toes back to nose. Press down into the palms. Press down into the calves. Lift your heels. Dandasana, staff pose with heels lifted. Try not to lean back. Back is flat. 90-degree angle at the hips. And release the heels down. We're going to take the left leg out to the side. Right foot comes in. Now, a couple different things here. If you have a lot of space between your knee and the floor, you can put a block under it. She doesn't have a lot of space, but I'll put a block there anyway. Press down into the block. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, take a slight twist to the left, and then begin to forward fold. Now, you can come to your shin. You can come to your ankle. You can come to your foot. You can bend your knee. You can bend your knee ever so slightly here. The only caveat here is that both hands are in the same general spot instead of having one hand forward. So drop that right shoulder down a little bit. Nice flat back here. Press down into the right knee towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, releases. Arms come up tall. And we'll send that right leg out and bring the left leg in. Inhale. Exhale, take a slight twist. Inhale, grow. Exhale, forward fold. So her spine is directly over her femur, which is the large bone in the thigh. Drop the left shoulder down ever so slightly. Good. Pressing the left knee into the floor. So this is a hip opener on the left. It's a hamstring stretch on the right. You're also, if you're flexing your toes back towards your nose in foot dorsiflexion, you're going to engage the calf muscles, the bottom of the foot fascia, the plantar fascia. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, brings your arms up tall. Let's send both legs out again this time. Arms stay up tall. Inhale. Exhale, suck the belly button in. Give yourself a little bit more space, engaging your bandhas, engaging your core, and on your exhale, forward fold. Again, you can come to shins, you can come to ankles, you can come to your toes. Try not to let the feet roll open though. Okay? I have a teacher who calls that taco feet, taco shell feet, because the feet come like this. You want to bring the outside of the feet back, the little toes back. There's a muscle here called the peroneus longus. It's on the outer edge of the calf muscle. And you're engaging that muscle. That's going to roll that little toe back so the feet are flat as though you're standing on the floor. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. We're going to take legs out wide. So a wide-legged forward fold here. Seated wide-legged forward fold. Sometimes people like to sit on something here, a block or a pillow, gives them a little bit of height and makes the forward fold a little bit easier. You want to sit on a block or are you good where you are?
Sure.
Okay? Just lifts it up a little bit. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, forward fold. Now there are some people who can get their chest onto the floor. I am not one of those people. She is not one of those people. Most people are not one of those people. That has a lot to do with your own personal hip anatomy, injuries you may have had, the aging process, etc., etc., etc. So it doesn't matter how far you get down. You should be feeling a pull in the inner thighs on both sides, the adductor muscles. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, arms come up tall. Let's send the left leg out long. You can come off of the block. So left leg out long. We're going to bend the right knee and bring the right knee over the left knee there. We'll take a twist. Okay? Left arm comes up. Exhale. Begin to take your twist, bringing the elbow to the outside of the knee, or just grab the knee right now. You can grab the knee with the crease of the elbow and pull it across the body. Your right palm goes to the back, to your low back area, so you're bringing your wrist close to your spine. So you can either pull across with your arm, or as she did initially, you can push your knee back with your elbow. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, take your twist. Gazes over the right shoulder. You can see her shoulders are getting nice and stacked here. They're in one plane. Inhale. Exhale, twist, push down into that right palm, grow tall, and release. We'll change out the legs. Right leg comes out long. Left knee bends. Left ankle just on the outside of that knee. Again, grabbing your left knee with your right arm here and pulling across, or you can take your right elbow, if you have that flexibility, and press back. Yogi's choice. Inhale, pressing down into the left palm, growing tall, and take your twist. Inhale, press down to lift up. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. One final time. Make this your final twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. And release. Both legs come out long. Arms out long. Knees lift up. Boat pose, Navasana. Hold here. So I was reading something really interesting about Navasana today, having to do with the balance of the hamstrings and the quadriceps. So try to straighten your legs. Okay, so she can straighten her legs pretty well here. You can go back whenever you want. But if you can't, it has to do with an imbalance, usually a tightness of those hamstrings. So as your hamstrings loosen and as your quadriceps strengthen, you'll be able to get those legs straight. We're going to go back onto our backs on a count of 5.
Thank you.
4, 3, 2, and 1. You've made it to the floor, yogis.
I'm waiting for you to go. You're running out of yoga, people.
You're running out of yoga, people. We'll take a final spinal twist. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Arms come out into a T. We'll take our knees to the right as our gaze goes to the left. Knees are stacked, ankles are stacked, hips are stacked. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, knees come back to center. Exhale, knees go left, gaze goes right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, knees come back to center. If there is anything that you would like to do to seal your own personal private practice, feel free to go there now. Otherwise, if you've had enough, you can move into final Shavasana. Legs can be out long. Palms can be to the side of the body. Final Shavasana, one of the 3 pillars of our practice: pranayama, breath; asana, postures; Shavasana, rest, regeneration, recuperation. Allowing all the hard work you've done for the last 60 minutes to take hold. Increased circulatory flow, increased lymphatic flow, activated nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, all on full alert, full activation. Relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your ankles, relax your shins, relax your calves. Relax your hamstrings, relax your thighs. Relax your hips, relax your belly. Relax your chest. Relax your fingers, relax your hands, relax your wrists. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your crown. Relax your mind. Begin to allow consciousness and awareness to return to your bodies. If you'd like to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, shake your head yes and no. Coming back. And now if you would like, you can extend your arms above your head, maybe clasping your hands together. Taking a final stretch, stretching from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. And then rolling onto your right side and easy seated in fetal position. And then making your way into either easy seated posture, half lotus or full lotus, the top of your mat. Eyes closed, hands to heart center. When things fall apart, a newfound wisdom about who it is we really are lies not far behind. Sometimes this process can appear quite painful, where nature strips attachments to false models of identity. Other times, the experience is infused with laughter and ultimately ends with rejoicing. The choice is your own. Shakespeare's Yoga. If you would like to join us in a practice sealing Om, feel free to do so. If you choose not to, that is perfectly okay. You can just bathe in our vibration. We'll take one deep cleansing breath and then a second inhale and exhale to Om. Inhale. Inhale. As we take our thumb knuckles between our eyebrows to our third eye and take a slight bow towards one another, the light in us honors the light in each of you. We thank you for allowing us to be your guides in our practice together today. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.